Hello everyone and welcome to another video with Yoseka. Today I will be talking to you all about the Pelikan numbering system. So if you are new to Pelikan and just want to know what's the difference between this M, this P, the 200, the 800, 1000, all those things, I will be breaking it down for you in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so just a little bit about Pelikan. They are a German company and they've been making pens and inks. Actually, they're very well known for their inks as well for a very long time, many years. So over the years, Pelikan's models that they produced have changed a lot, and they all use the same numbering system though, which I find really convenient. But if you're new to Pelikan, it might be a little bit confusing when you're just starting out. So I'll start by breaking down this code system that Pelikan uses, and it is a letter and number code that they use, and you'll see things like M200. And so what this really means is it describes the mechanism of the pen, the model of the pen, and the accents or materials of the pen. So I'll give you a few examples to break it down for you. So when we're starting out looking at the letter, the first letter of this code, so you'll see it here on the pen. This is the code that's associated with this pen, and it says M200, and that M means that this is a piston filling pen. So another letter that you might see associated with the pens is the P. And this is the P200, as you can see here. So the difference between these two pens is the M is a piston filling pen, but the P is a cartridge converter type pen. So you'll see here at the end there's no knob because this one fills internally. The M uses that internally filling piston mechanism, but the P does not use that internally filling mechanism, so there's no need for a knob to be here. So you can also recognize these differences based on the construction of the pen as well. There's also other letters that are there's R for rollerball, there's K for ballpoint, D for pencil. And I assume that the difference between all of these letters is because they are a German company and they're using the German letter that would be most likely associated with those items. But for anyone who's primarily an English speaker, it might be a little bit confusing to have that association with M for piston filling or D for pencil. But that is what it is. So for that first letter, that denotes the mechanism of the writing instrument, whether it be a piston filling, cartridge converter, ballpoint, rollerball, or pencil type of writing instrument. So moving on to the next part of this code is the numbers. So next up, you'll see that we have the M200 and M800 here. And so both of these pens have the M letter code, which means that they are both piston filling, which you can see here. But the number change, that first number, denotes the model of the pen. So the 200 series from Pelikan is kind of their starter pen. This will have a stainless steel nib on it, like this. And the 800 is their upgraded version. It's part of their Souveron line. I hope I'm saying that right. And it is the ones that have a gold nib. So this is an 18K gold nib, and you can see the difference pretty easily there. It's got more engravings, and it actually says 18C at the top of this nib here. So the difference between the 200 and 800 basically are those upgraded things in the nib. The body is also bigger, as you can see here. There's 2 rings on the piston knob as well, so that can help you see whether you're holding a 200 or an 800 model. But yeah, the main thing to know is that the number, that first number in the code, denotes the change in model, and a higher number denotes a higher quality or higher line of pen from Pelikan. So the next step up from 200 to 800 is the 1000. And these are all pens that are currently being produced by Pelikan. You'll also see other pens like the 400 or 600 that have been discontinued, but they still follow this same rule where as the number gets higher, the pen gets bigger, the nib gets larger as well, and the materials also go up in quality as well. Something that they say on their site is that the 800 and 1000 have like a higher polish on the body. I think it's honestly a little hard to tell in person. I think they're all quite a nice high shine finish, but you can definitely see that the 1000 model has the biggest body and the largest nib. So no matter what, if you're moving up in size for that first number or moving up in quantity or number, moving up in number for that first number in the code, it will correlate to a larger size pen, larger size nib, and higher quality line from Pelikan. So just to review, M200 stainless steel, M800 gold nib, a little bit larger body, 2 rings, and then M1000 even larger body than the 800 and has a very, very large nib, also 18 karat. And something that I just want to note about these models is that the 1000 nib is only compatible with 1000 nibs. And similarly, the 800 series is only compatible with other 800 series nibs. But for the 200, this pen is actually compatible with those other pens that I mentioned before. The 400 and 600 are all interchangeable. The only thing is that the 400 and 600 line have been discontinued, so you won't be able to find one that's like newly produced, but they're definitely out there. I know there's a lot of people out there who have a 400 or 600 pen from Pelikan. So that is the difference between the first number in the code. So now moving on to the last portion of the code, it is the number that the code ends with. So here I have lined up the M200, the M205, the M800, the M805, and the M1000. So if you want to take a guess, we already know what the letter means, what the first number means, what that last number means. I don't know if you can see it here, but it means that it has a certain accent color. So if it ends in a 0, it means that it will be gold accents. And if it ends in a 5, it means that it will be silver accents. Simple as that. So this code is really helpful for Pelikan to distinguish which line, which model, which material is going on to which pen. So even if you've never heard of a Pelikan pen before, like let's say someone's telling you about their M605, you would already know that that M stands for the piston filling mechanism, the 6 stands for the model, and you would know that it's compatible with the 200, but it's probably smaller than the 800 and 1000 models. And then that last number would tell you that since it ends in a 5, it is a silver accent pen. So you can already kind of get an idea for what you'll be dealing with, even if you've never seen that type of pen before. So I think it is a very helpful system, but let me know what you think. Did you already know about this system from Pelikan? And does it help you when deciding what Pelikan pen to get? Let us know. And if you have any other questions about any other models or something that I didn't quite cover with Pelikan's numbering system here, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try my best to answer those questions. Thank you so much for watching and we will see you in the next video. Bye!